Angel Reese just got a reality check, and it wasn't pretty. Imagine getting called out by a WNBA legend on your own podcast for missing layups. Yeah, that happened. And if that wasn't enough, Angel Reese also got roasted for a statement she made about being mature and not wanting materialistic gifts, only to prove she doesn't even understand what materialistic means. Right, Black and White Sports Report, where I was talking about Angel Reese. My goodness, a couple of things here. Number one, my goodness, I'm not sure that Angel knows exactly what materialistic means. I'm confused. I guess she's got a house. She bought a house. I don't know. I thought she was renting. Wasn't she paying $100,000 a year for rent? I don't know. Or maybe she's talking about a rent house. I don't know. I gave Angel Reese credit online, verifiable, that I literally said I thought it was a great thing that she paid off her mom's house. And I said, that is good looking out. It is. All right, let's dive into this because there's a lot to unpack. Angel Reese is no stranger to controversy, and whether you love her or hate her, she knows how to stay in the headlines. Whether it's for her unapologetic confidence, her flashy lifestyle, or the fact that she just can't seem to make a layup, Angel has been a polarizing figure in basketball. But this time she got hit with a reality check so hard it might actually make her think twice. And we all know that there's a certain piece of Angel Reese's basketball game, hoops game, where she literally needs to put up like 300 shots a day. And I'm not kidding. Like 200 or 300 shots a day, and that's missed layups. She's 6'3" or 6'4", can't hit a layup to save her life. And literal videos have went mega viral of just her missing layups in games. So here's how it all started. Angel Reese has her own podcast, which, to be fair, is a good move for her. She's got a big personality. People want to hear what she has to say, and she's making the most of her platform. That's smart. But what's not so smart? Inviting a WNBA legend on your show and then getting exposed for something that the entire internet has been clowning you about for months. That's exactly what happened when Lisa Leslie came on as a guest. Now, if you don't know who Lisa Leslie is, let me put it this way. She's basketball royalty. She's a Hall of Famer, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, a 3-time WNBA MVP, and one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time. When she speaks, people listen, and when she gives advice, you take notes. Angel Reese, well, she didn't have much of a choice in this case. During their conversation, Angel Reese asked Lisa Leslie for advice on how she could improve in her second season. Pretty normal question, right? You'd expect Lisa to say something like, stay focused. She looked Angel in the eye and said, the biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period, and boom. Just like that, the internet had its next viral moment. Lisa wasn't even trying to be mean. She actually tried to frame it as helpful advice, but there was no hiding the fact that she was basically saying, girl, you are a professional basketball player, and you still can't make a layup. That's tough. And here's the thing, Lisa wasn't lying. If you've ever watched Angel Reese play, you've probably noticed that she struggles with the most basic shot in basketball. The internet sure has. There are entire compilations of her missing layups. It's not just a one-time thing, it's a pattern. And let's be real, missing layups isn't just embarrassing, it's a huge problem. Layups are supposed to be the easiest points in the game, especially when you're 6'3" and playing in the paint. For someone at Angel Reese's level, missing layups consistently is unacceptable, and Lisa Leslie knew that. That's why she called her out. The way Lisa delivered it was almost surgical. She didn't say, you need to be more aggressive, or you need to improve your shooting. Nope, she specifically targeted the one thing that has made Angel Reese a meme in the basketball world, her inability to finish at the rim. And the best part, this happened on Angel's own podcast. Imagine inviting one of the greatest players of all time onto your show and then getting publicly called out for your biggest weakness. That's rough, and you could tell Angel Reese felt it. She tried to play it off, but the internet wasn't going to let that slide. The clip went viral almost instantly. People were replaying it, breaking it down, and laughing at how Lisa just casually exposed her. Some people were like, "Finally." Someone said it to her face. Others were just shocked that Angel Reese even asked for advice in the first place because, let's be honest, she doesn't always seem like the type to take criticism well. But here's the thing, Lisa Leslie wasn't wrong. If Angel Reese actually wants to take her game to the next level, she has to fix this. She's got the athleticism, she's got the defensive presence, she's got the personality to be a star. But if you can't make layups, that's a huge problem. This isn't just about internet trolls making fun of her. This is about her future in the WNBA. Right now she's getting by on her physicality, her rebounding, and her defensive hustle. But at the next level, that's not enough. If she wants to be more than just a role player, she needs to develop actual offensive skills. And that starts with making your layups. Think about some of the best post players in basketball. They aren't just grabbing rebounds and putting up hustle points. They have touch around the basket. They finish at the rim consistently. They have footwork, finesse, and a soft touch. Angel Reese, she's got the effort, but she doesn't have the skill yet. And here's the scary part. If she doesn't fix this, she might not last in the WNBA. That might sound harsh, but it's the truth. You can get away with missing layups in college because there's a talent gap. But in the pros, everyone is just as big, just as strong, and way more skilled. If you can't finish at the rim, teams will stop playing you. They'll game plan around your weaknesses. And this is where the internet's criticism actually makes sense. People aren't just clowning Angel Reese for fun. Well, okay, some of them definitely are, but a lot of people want to see her improve. They want to see her take her game seriously, because right now it sometimes feels like Angel Reese is more focused on the lifestyle than the grind. She's got huge NIL deals, she's rocking designer fits, she's living in expensive places, and that's great. She should enjoy her success. But at the end of the day, basketball has to come first. If she doesn't put in the work, all of that could disappear real fast. And that's what makes Lisa Leslie's advice so important. Lisa didn't just throw shade for the sake of it. She's trying to help. She's been at the highest level. She knows what it takes to stay there. And if Angel Reese actually listens to her, she could turn into an elite player. But if she doesn't, well, let's just say the internet will keep reminding her about those missed layups every single time she steps on the court, and that's only half the story. Because just when you thought Angel Reese had learned her lesson, she turned around and walked straight into another controversy, one that had nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with not understanding what words mean. Yeah, we're talking about the materialism debate. Because just when Angel Reese thought she was dropping a deep, mature take, she actually ended up exposing herself again. And let me tell you, the internet did not let her off easy for this one. But before we get into that, let's take a moment to really appreciate how crazy it is that one of the greatest WNBA players ever just publicly told Angel Reese to fix her layups. That's not just a viral moment, that's a career wake-up call. The question is, will Angel actually listen? We'll find out. But in the meantime, let's talk about how she completely misused the word materialistic and got roasted for it. Because this part, it might actually be worse. So, just when Angel Reese thought she had survived the whole Lisa Leslie situation, she went ahead and stepped into another controversy. This time, one that had nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with not understanding basic definitions. After getting roasted for missing layups, Angel decided to share what she thought was a deep and mature take about personal growth. She posted something along the lines of, "Maturing is telling people I don't want materialistic gifts anymore. Buy me stuff for my house instead." Now, on the surface, that might seem like she's trying to say she's grown past flashy gifts like designer bags and jewelry, and she'd rather have things that are useful. The only problem, that's still materialistic. And the internet wasted absolutely no time in pointing that out. The replies were brutal. People immediately started questioning if she had ever looked up the word materialistic before making that statement. Some of the funniest comments included, "So you went from flexing Gucci to flexing a Dyson vacuum, and you just swapped luxury brands for kitchen appliances. That's still materialism." It got so bad that even some of her own fans were like, "Angel, please, just Google the word materialistic before posting." And honestly, that's where this situation gets even funnier, because normally when athletes get criticized, it's about their performance, their attitude, or something controversial they did off the court. But this was Angel Reese getting roasted because she fundamentally misunderstood what a word meant and did it in a way that made her look completely out of touch. Now, let's break this down for a second. What exactly does materialistic mean? Simply put, it refers to placing a high value on material possessions, things that can be bought. It doesn't matter whether it's a Chanel purse or a new couch. If you're asking for stuff, that's still materialism. So, when Angel Reese thought she was dropping some deep, wise, grown-up insight, she actually just told the world, "I still want stuff, just different stuff." And the internet ate her alive for it. One person summed it up perfectly by saying, "Maturing isn't realizing you want a toaster instead of a handbag. Maturing is realizing you don't need people to buy you anything at all." That right there, that's a bar. And here's the thing, this isn't even about whether Angel Reese likes expensive things. Nobody is mad at her for enjoying success. She worked hard, made a name for herself, and earned those paychecks. She can spend her money however she wants. The problem is that she tried to act like she was above materialism while literally proving she's still materialistic. That's why people called her out. It would be like someone saying, "I don't care about money anymore, but I do want a raise." It's contradictory, and the internet loves catching celebrities making those kinds of mistakes. And to make matters worse, Angel didn't handle the criticism well. Instead of laughing it off or admitting she misspoke, she doubled down and acted like people were just being haters. That's where the problem really starts, because let's be real. If Angel had just said, "Yeah, I probably didn't word that right. I just meant I'm focusing on more practical things now," people would have moved on in 5 minutes. But instead, she acted like she was above the conversation, which only made people roast her harder. And let's not forget, this is coming right after Lisa Leslie just called her out for missing layups. So in the span of a few days, Angel Reese managed to 1. Get publicly told by a Hall of Famer that she needs to learn how to make a layup. 2. Go viral for one of the most embarrassing basketball weaknesses possible. 3rd, say something completely contradictory about materialism and get destroyed in the comments. That's not a great week. And look, this isn't to say Angel Reese is done, or that her career is over. She's still a talented player, she still has a massive following, and she can still improve. But these kinds of moments add up. Because let's talk about what all of this means for her long-term reputation. When you think about great athletes, you think about their game first. When you think of someone like Caitlin Clark, you think of her scoring ability. When you think of Aja Wilson, you think of her dominance in the paint. When you think of Sabrina Ionescu, you think of her insane three-point shooting. But when people think of Angel Reese, what do they think of first? It's not her scoring. It's not her leadership. It's the drama. Whether it's the beef with Caitlin Clark, the attitude on the court, the flashy lifestyle, or now this whole layup fiasco, her game isn't the first thing that comes to mind. And that's a problem, because here's the reality. Basketball careers don't last forever. When the NIL deals slow down, when the WNBA checks aren't as massive as people expect, and when social media moves on to the next big thing, your game is what keeps you relevant. That's why Lisa Leslie's comments were so important, because at the end of the day, none of the money, none of the social media clout, none of the sponsorships matter if you can't perform at the highest level. Right now, Angel Reese is still riding the hype from her college success, but at some point the expectations will catch up, and that's when we'll find out what she's really about. Will she actually take Lisa Leslie's advice and work on the most basic part of her game? Will she learn how to finish layups consistently, improve her touch, and develop more offensive skills? Or will she keep ignoring criticism and let these moments define her career? And on top of that, will she start thinking before she posts on social media? Because if this whole materialism thing taught her anything, it's that people are paying attention to what she says, and if she keeps walking into self-inflicted L's like this, the internet won't let her forget. At the end of the day, Angel Reese has all the potential in the world. She's athletic, she's competitive, and she has the kind of star power that few players have. But talent alone isn't enough. She needs to listen, she needs to improve, and most importantly, she needs to focus on basketball first. Because if she doesn't, well, the internet will be waiting, and so will Lisa Leslie. Whew, that was brutal. But well, what do you think? Did Lisa Leslie go too hard, or was she just keeping it real? And do you think Angel Reese will actually fix her layups, or are we going to keep seeing viral videos of her breaking easy shots?